your flag.
It was 1 year last Wednesday since young Nigerians from across the country took to the streets to protest police brutality, which was claiming many innocent lives. The protest, known as Endsars, shook Nigeria to its foundation, forcing President Muhammadu Buhari to promise to meet some of the demands of the protesters. Among his promises was police reform and the disbandment of the police special anti-robbery squad, which had become the face of police brutality.
As a democratic government, we listened to and carefully evaluated the 5-point demands of the protesters. Having accepted them, we immediately scrapped SARS and put measures in place to address the other demands of our youth.
Last week, some youths tried to commemorate the anniversary of the 2020 Endsars protest with peaceful march in some cities. In Lagos, the protesters were greeted by charging police officers who released canisters of tear gas, assaulted and arrested some of the protesters. What was the offense of the youth?
You push what? Nigeria watch! Nigeria watch! Nigeria watch! Nigeria watch! Let the whole world watch what they are doing to us! Let the whole world watch to see what they are doing to us! Look! Hey, look! Look here! Look here!
A number of commentators have asked how many Nigerian youths own cars, and when did the ownership of a car become a condition for peaceful protest? If the 2020 Endsars protest, which escalated because of the force applied to stop it, was to usher in any reform, has the Nigerian police improved and have any lessons learned?
The police are supposed to be the moral compass of the society. Exactly. That's what it's supposed to be. A police officer should have that moral attitude, trustworthy character, and he should have empathy and compassion, and to be able to assert himself and stand for what is right. But it is not so in the country, because the police it is political, undue political control. Also, like I said, the system itself, the society itself has actually destroyed the police values. No more discipline as it ought to be, no more effective supervision as it ought to be. The police are not well funded, not well trained. An untrained policeman is a threat to society, a threat to the institution. It brings shame to the institution.
Apart from the force applied to disperse the Lagos Endsars anniversary protest, many other human rights infractions by the police may suggest that not much has changed since the last protest.
When that agency of government, which is saddled with preventing, securing people, will now be that which people will be so much afraid. It's saying that some people say when they are driving, it's better that they meet armed robbers on the road than to meet police who will. That may sound metaphorical, but that's what it is. Why is this so in our society? It is so because of the historical involvement of police in deprecating human life.
Last week, there was the case of assault and extortion by police officers attached to the Adogo division in Okene Road in Kogi State. The police authorities say the officers involved have been arrested.
Because they say, why go crack gun say one shoot?
The Kogi police assault is not alone. Students of Enugu State University of Technology, ESUT, have accused officers of the Enugu Police Command of inhuman treatment. There was also the case of one 62-year-old Nigerian Linus Onyewuchi Anyanwu and his daughter, Melody Eberechi Anyanwu from Imo State. They were allegedly arrested by anti-kidnapping squad of the Imo State Police Command. Unfortunately, Linus Onyewuchi Anyanwu was killed while in detention, and his daughter ended up in Suleja Prison, Niger State, without being tried by any known court of competent jurisdiction.
One thing that is actually lacking in the police, that is effective supervision, is no longer there. I move around and I see. Sometimes I accost policemen. I accost them when I meet them. During the police, I don't know how many types of uniform the police has now. When I was in Florida, we have a dress code in line with the first orders. But I don't know now, you don't know multiple uniforms, you can't even say where. When I ask them, which unit are you? I ask them. It has been bastardized. This issue of supervision. Supervision is key and central in police and law enforcement. When I did the project, they have not imbibed the rules of engagement. When they force the police, before you are posted up for a duty, you must what they call daily or instructions. You must be read and told what and what to do. This is not happening.
These cases put doubt on the promised police reform and raise questions if the Endsars protest has achieved much.
All these excuses are only meant to foster their own intentions, political most times, not even democratic, not for good governance. And I want to tell you that all these are meant to gag the people, because they, as I was saying, have this mentality that you have no right to dissent on our decisions because we are in charge.
As at last week, not many of the panels of inquiry set up to address issues arising from the Endsars protest has made any reformative pronouncements. For instance, of the 252 petitions handled by the Lagos State panel, only 186 have received full investigation. The panel will return the remaining 52 cases to the Ministry of Justice. So, 1 year after the Endsars protest, justice is yet to be served.
In respect of Lekki investigations and individual petitions concluded, the panel will submit in its report the outcome of findings in respect of Lekki individual petitions and make the necessary recommendation on compensation to be paid to the petitioners.
However, some optimists say with the panels of inquiry set up in many states, there might be light at the end of the dark police tunnel, especially with some states like Delta recommending 100 million naira compensation for victims of police brutality. For such optimism to be justified, the Nigerian police must not just make pronouncements on change, but its operatives at all levels, especially in the more remote locations, must act in a manner that proves that incremental change has begun and the Nigerian police can grow into a people's force. In Abuja, Marvelous Obomman for Signature Show.